Okay, quick video. I'll say it'd be quick anyway. On hydration and could say hydration and living, you know, but we're going to call it hydration and cycling. Being hydrated whilst you're cycling, being able, not being worrying about too much stopping for a piss whilst you're on the bike, you know, to keep yourself hydrated. If you're going out for a smash around the block, you can get away with perhaps sometimes not even sipping from the bottle. You're going out, chain gang, local bash around the block, you might be able to get away with that. When you're on like a long ride, when you're doing long rides, 130 to 200 plus kilometers, okay, back to back, or even at home on a hot day, it doesn't even have to be hot, right? Okay, you need to be drinking more than water. Minimal, get some OJ down you or something, some natural electrolytes, you know. Otherwise, you're going to be using electrolytes, electrolyte powder. From my experience, I'd recommend Clif shots. They do some good powders. Again, Torque Energy are kind of pretty much new on the market now, and I'm thumbs up for Torque Energy. Some great flavors out there, stuff to keep you interested. Like, you don't want to just be drinking, you know, strawberry flavored shit. You know, it's not really going to do much for you. You need to be enjoying what you're drinking as well. Boredom's going to set in. Have a bit of variety as well. Plenty of flavors. So try some of that. You know, I've had some pretty good results on just orange juice, service station juice, and water. Again, that's my thing. I like to play around with that sort of stuff. Dates and water as well. Like, if anybody knows anything about dates, check out all the minerals and nutrients that a single date contains, you know. Plus chomping that back with some water as well. People have done amazing things on that. But otherwise, you know, your average sort of cyclist, you're not really just going to be putting back water. You need to be putting stuff, you know, electrolytes, minerals, salts, like back in your body. Otherwise your performance is just going to go downhill. You're going to start just getting heavy legs and feeling like shit. And you need to recognise that as well, because there's so many cyclists, like I know, like when you sort of try and point this out to them, some people are like, yeah, okay, and they take a sip from the bottle, but then you notice like 10, 20, 30 more miles down the road and they haven't took a sip, you know, because they get to the stage where they're so dehydrated, they're not even thinking straight, you know. And some people can get really angry as well. It's like, you know, I'm alright, I don't want no water, I don't want no water. It's as simple as that. So everyone needs a bit of help now and again, including myself. I've bonked, I've got dehydrated, big time, man. And what I'm saying is, it's just, that comes down to experience. It doesn't make me a better or a fitter cyclist than other people. But, you know, when it comes to nutrition, fueling, hydration and stuff, I'd like to think I've learned a bit about that over the past few years. And, you know, it can increase a cyclist's performance as well. Because what I'm saying is, there's a lot of very fit men and women out there, cyclists, but they forget the fundamentals, you know. Sleep, water, sugar, just fueling your body, rather than the fitness sort of side of it all the time. The nutrition side of it can make all the difference, you know. There's so many sportsmen and athletes out there who benefit so much from nutritional advice, versus not necessarily bullshit advice, but other things they can try to improve themselves, you know, to improve their body and their output, what they can actually do, versus feeling sluggish. And, you know, you put in all this time into training and things, and then neglect the rest of it. Again, as I said before, again, as I'll keep saying, man, play around with it, but play around with like an open mind, and be aware when you're getting dehydrated on the bike, because it can prove pretty fatal, really, and dangerous as well. Many times, quite a few years ago now, you know, you almost feel like falling off in a ditch or falling asleep on the bike, you know. That's pretty intense, man, and not funny as well, especially when you're trying to get home in traffic. If you've been a cyclist for long enough, and you know, your experience, you're pretty hardcore cyclist or whatever, you'll know where I'm coming from there. Fatigue. So yeah, again, just sip from the bottle. You know, you don't want to be sipping like so much that like every few hundred yards, or like every 5 minutes or something, you're stopping and pissing like a racehorse, you know. But like when you do drink, you want to be drinking enough, so like you're getting in what you're sweating out, if you see what I mean, if it's that warm. Or when you do stop for a piss, you are pissing like a racehorse, if that makes sense. But don't go to keep riding and riding in a hot climate and busting up hills or grinding up hills. Again, that's something else, but grinding up hills and blasting the downhills as time keeps ticking and a half an hour's gone by and you haven't drunk any liquids at all, because you're just going to feel like shit, and you're not even going to know you're feeling like shit because you're just so heading towards like dehydration, you know. And what happens if you don't like water a plant or something? Exactly, it shrivels up, starts to die, doesn't it? So you know, technically you're like slowly, your body's like shutting down on the bike, isn't it? You're slowly dying on the bike, doing something as like athletic as cycling a bike, you know, something you want to be like, being able to put those outputs down on the road, you know, that power down on the road, regardless of what speed or whatever watch you're doing. You're not going to be able to do it dehydrated, are you? Again, drink, man, drink or sink. Drink or sink. Oh, so beautiful around here. See ya.